Hi, I'm Sarah. We have already set our intentions and our prayers for this session, so enjoy and learn.
Is a portal like looking through an open door? And then when we walk through it, are we instantly teleported to another location in our space time universe?
Generally speaking, it is depending on what the individual who steps through expects. However, that kind of answers it. It's what they expect.
Okay.
But it's so walking through the portal or going through the portal, not walking.
Well, you have to take steps up to it then.
Okay. So that doesn't necessarily. So that action is based on what the individual expects. But once you are through the portal, isn't the portal the portal? Like the portal is, and I missed that. I don't know what other ones you're referring to.
That's okay.
But the portal is from, I'm assuming, one plane to another, or a world to another, or
One point in time, one point in space to another, one location to another. That's my understanding of it.
It can be all of the above.
So if let's say those four people are looking at the same portal, they each walk through it at different times, will they end up in the same place, or will they end up where, like, is that portal also, is it static in what it connects, or is it infinite in what it connects?
It is infinite in what it connects to.
So not only is the actual experience of the action going through the portal and individuals different for every individual, what they expect, but also where that same portal leads can also be different.
Yes. Because it is more than an open door. When you beings see an open door, you expect to go into another room. A portal on this earth is attuned, shall we say, to whatever individual or thing,
Sure.
That goes through it, and they're attuned. That's why a person, and more or less, finds what they expect. A lot of times they're not conscious that that's what they expect, but it's what's deep inside them, and that's what occurs. See, words aren't always the best. Because I have difficulty sometimes explaining. I should say we have difficulty.
Yeah, but you're also limited to the English language.
Yeah, and her.
Sure. Comprehension of it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way of putting it.
So it kind of seems like, and yes, maybe I'm talking about semantics here, but the term portal is not accurate, because the way that we perceive a portal, but there's no better word for it in our language
right
now.
Right.
But that's the closest we can get to it. Because it is like you said with names, it is limiting.
Yeah, the terminology is limiting.
Yeah, terminology is limited.
But remember that just as everything and every person is everything, stemming from source, everything is energy. That's what makes a portal, is the condensation, shall we say, of energy that physical beings can sense and then they are intrigued. And each individual wants to know more, wants to sense more, wants to feel more, wants to see more. And therefore, the energy of the portal itself, which is concentrated there, that's how it picks up on the energy of the being that steps through it. And then they experience what they expect. That's the easiest way of putting it.
Yeah,
So
super easy.
the interaction then between the person going through, experiencing the portal and the portal, the energy changes. The portal's base energy changes when the person walks into it because the two meld together. Is that what you're saying?
Sort of.
Just poor choice of words again?
Yep. But it is difficult to explain.
Yeah.
Because you have many questions about energies.
Yes.
How non-corporeal beings know who each other is. We don't really need to know because there is that constant blending of energies. But if we want to know a specific being, then just thinking about that focuses the energy so we know in your terms. Then it's like, hi, George, and then we have a conversation, whatever, and then we're done. So
But it's changing
it changes.
that energy to make that exchange.
Yes.
And then it changes again
Yes.
once that exchange is done, or once you're through the
Yes.
portal or whatever.
Right. That's a good, yeah.
Again, difficult.
Difficult to express.
Yeah.
But I mean, even just the dynamics of energy in this room, including my little furry pet here,
The snoozing kitten.
Snoozing Kitten, it changes each of us. Not necessarily in an obvious way, but to someone like myself or other non-corporeal beings, those who are trying to help humanity, or guides who try to help their individual person. I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about the energy in the room changes us.
Oh. Let me put it this way. Energy is dynamic. Since it all comes from source, it is each of us. And yes, there are changes when the dynamic changes in a group or even an individual, depending on the circumstances, the thoughts, the emotions, and then it can change back when everything is, it doesn't really change back.
But it changes again.
But it shifts
It
again.
shifts again.
Yes.
I think that is very, very, very good, because so we still, in our corporeal selves, in our experiences as the limited humans that we are, we still experience the change in energy that you're talking about, of course. But you're experiencing it in the portals at a much higher.
More awareness, I would think.
Yes.
Is the proper word.
Yes. So yeah. Yeah. It's awareness. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The books I'm now reading are geared to helping one improve their awareness of self.
True self.
True self, yes. Mm-hmm. And it is, we were so heavily covered up with all types of garbage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. All the thoughts and everything running through our heads from interaction in this 3D world that we can't even see the top. unless we actually begin the journey to look. You hear him snoring?
Yes. But I was going to ask you the top of what?
The top of anything. The end, the outside.
Nothing has a top. Nothing
I
has
know.
an end. Nothing
I
has
know,
an outside.
exactly. But it does in the 3D world.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Next question for the next 20 minutes.
No. You kind of answered this question, but I'll ask it anyhow because it's slightly different than the answer you gave. Since I have an apparent difficulty talking at times, does that mean I prefer to use telepathy?
Oh, telepathy would be so much easier for you. Yes. However, mankind in general, including yourself, are not quite to that point.
Nope, they aren't.
But I think too, what you said, whenever we started this session, or towards the beginning, that with your communication with Haisha has improved lately, and that you're understanding it for yourself. That is a preferred way.
Yeah.
And then so like you said, now I'm pointing you. I don't know how to reference you now, but
See?
I say
That's
it's
why we like to
because
have a
we're
name.
human. Because we're human. And we're human. But yes.
I understand.
Hey,
that,
you
yes.
works.
Hey, you works. Yes.
But like you said, that because you were what was the word, that you desired it more now, or that both you Pops and Haisha wanted that more, desired, I don't remember the exact word, but that you wanted that more
To communicate better.
to communicate better, and so you're using those pictures now because that's how you can communicate with him.
Well,
But
he understands some words.
but I imagine he would understand pictures better.
He understands the words because he understands the emotion behind the words.
Yes.
Believe it or not, even the calmest word has emotion
Absolutely.
attached. However, the thing, you, Bill, are getting better at showing telepathically,
There you go.
Haisha, what you desire. The next level is for you to become more open to his
Yeah.
telepathy. Yes.
I'm attempting to do that. I'm working on that. Too.
Yes. And then you can understand him even better.
Good point.
So,
Yeah.
and that is what she's telling me about that book she read from a lady who does that all the time. She is telepathic with animals.
Yeah.
And for her, it's a gift.
Yep. She was born with it.
Yeah. She did have to develop it to a point, but it wasn't as difficult for her as it is for 99.99999 rest of the population. So it can be done. Many people with specific gifts that could be thought of as extrasensory. They don't realize for a long time that it is a gift. That it's given to them as part of their theme.
Right.
But then as human beings, they need to accept it and improve it and use it for service toward others,
Excuse me.
whether they are, rocks and trees or, fish or animals or humans. And sometimes they don't quite grasp that and know how, or to allow that growth, that improvement, see, now I can't find the words. He's a bad influence.
Self-awareness.
awareness,
Yeah.
to properly utilize the gift. However, then there are those who utilize it and they are in awe of it and very grateful for it, and that raises their frequencies, and they are better to serve others with that gift. They don't always think of it as enlightenment or spirituality or those words that you humans use. But you can tell that a person is on that path to enlightenment by how they interact with you, whether it is a special gift or not. I'm thinking of someone that she put into my awareness, my consciousness, was that veterinarian Dr. Pohl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he is one of those. He has brought enlightenment through his gift with animals. Not quite, the telepathic thing, but in a way it was. And he utilized it all his life for tremendous service. Even having the TV show brought a measure of enlightenment and service to those who viewed it. He is one of those people, you wouldn't think of it in terms of enlightenment or raising his frequencies, but his frequencies are very high because of his service, utilizing his gift for animals and understanding them. So he's an example. There are many such. Mother Teresa would be a good example. She was given the gift of tremendous love and compassion. And she utilized it to help millions. We could go on. I'm sure each of you can think of others that you're aware of that, again, might not be thinking in the same terminology that you are thinking, but they had a gift, they used it in service to others. Paris, your friend Paris has a gift. He's kind of wavering about the whole idea of enlightenment and raising of frequencies, but he's learning as well. And then he uses his gift to help others, which helps him. Anytime you recognize that you are in service to someone else, that in turn comes back to you as self-service and raises you up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done blathering. Next question.
Actually, you answered the next 3 questions.
Good.